All right, and how much were the startup costs on some of your, just the whole business?
A lot of expenses go towards marketing and promotions. For the store, buying all the things that you wouldn't think of, such as every little hook, shelving, lighting, all those go into startup cost. Tools and paint supplies, all that goes into expenses. I'm lucky enough to have a workshop where I can work out of use a 3-car garage to store items, and I have my office attached to it, so it's a nice little work from home space. So I don't have to, it's not an expense to have a workshop at the moment.
Was it as much as you thought that you were actually going to spend to start it?
No, I didn't realize that it would be a good, depending on how you want to market your business and your image of it, it costs a lot, to put into having things displayed right. So I did spend a lot of time and money, initially, before you have actually enough income coming back in. You have to put in a lot for expenses, to set stuff up.
How many hours a week do you put in?
A lot. I mean, it's kind of like a 24/7 thing. When you work for somebody else, you go in and you come out with this. It's your own thing. So, I can't tell you how many days where from morning to night, 16-hour days, I just do different aspects of things, as far as, you could have a day where you get up, you go to storage unit auctions, you come home, you work on furniture, you go make sure the shop is organized, and then you come back and you check inventory, sales, posting eBay ads. So the time put into it is substantial. I mean, a typical work day is 12 to 16 hours.
And you say you go to garage sales and whatnot, but do you ever find any weird items in those storage units, or any kind of really strange?
Buying storage units, you see how people live and stuff they have, and how really crazy human nature is. But I found some weird stuff. The best thing to find, in a storage unit is an antique, and when I find things, and you come, unload everything, and you start researching items to get a price point, and then, then you find, what's the price point and what should be the best avenue for a sale, whether it be putting it in the shop on Craigslist or eBay. But, it's real fun to find things that are hundreds of years old, or just things you've never seen before.
And besides eBay, is there any other ways you research your items before you sell them? And do you sell them at is what you find them for, or do you ask top dollar?
No. In resale, typically, obviously you're never gonna get close to retail, but it always depends on the item and what the market is for the item and how you price something. But I typically like to price things to move them, to sell them. So, I'd rather take a lower amount and have the money than hold on to an item and wait for a buyer, and just get that little extra money. But As far as besides eBay, Craigslist is a good avenue, and it doesn't have the fees that come along with eBay. And as far as buyers, I have a list of, people I've met, buyers through the years that I keep all their names on a list, so when I come across certain items, I already know I can, just give this person a call or take it to their shop or meet up with them, and they can either sometimes appraise items for you too, or direct you to another buyer, or it's a quick buy. If I have Bob and Bob likes World War II items, I can just go see Bob and transactions complete. But that's the thing, you gotta have an eye for finding items, and if they have a value, and having the buyers lined up is really important.
And what kind of things have you found that sell well?
Well, obviously, things that are needed, like tools, are always an easy item to sell. There's always somebody looking to buy electronics or, car parts. But then, as far as antiques, there's such a variety of people out there that collect, and with eBay, you can put something on there and have a guy from, Connecticut or Japan, and he wants this thing that you have, and, they'll pay for it. So you would never think some things people pay for, but they do.
And then what kind of things have you found that don't sell well?
I mean, you can find a buyer for just about anything in the right situation, but things as far as, if say I got out of a storage unit, not something that I would buy. I wouldn't buy something knowing that there wasn't buyers. But like if it was something from a storage unit, just merchandise, things like clothes and blankets, that kind of stuff really doesn't sell well. But some things take longer to sell than others, but for the most part, I try to only get things that I know I can sell. So,
But when you come across those items that you don't sell, what do you do with them, like the clothes and whatnot?
Yeah, if I have items that, I've tried every avenue of selling them, and, they're just taking space and I've had them forever, I, donate them to the thrift store, or, leave them for pickers, and usually the stuff that I end up tossing, a picker scoops up real fast, but it's funny because little as I picked that maybe, or got it from somewhere, and now he's gonna try to resell it, but I already tried for a long time, so it's kind of like maybe helping him out. If I couldn't sell it, maybe he can.
And then you've had your business for a while now. Since the decrease in jobs and the economy is getting worse, is it hurt?
It does. People dealing with antiques, are collectors. I'm sorry. What was the question again?
The loss in the...
Oh, yeah. With collectors and stuff, and just anybody in general, if they don't have, the extra money, or they lost their job, it is difficult to sell, items that aren't necessities. But, I think it goes along with any business. People just aren't buying that extra stuff because people don't have the money or the jobs with the economy. So yeah, I think it hurts, but with me, I'm not really worried about it because I try to deal with more unique items or one-of-a-kind kind of things, so they'll, it'll be easier to find a market for things that are different.
Okay, and then if you started this business over again, what would what would you do different, and would you decide to change your job and pick, or not your job, your business, and maybe pick a different avenue or a different something different?
I mean, I don't know how to answer that because I can't say I could start over, but I know I've learned so much since starting it on what sells, what doesn't sell, what to do, what not to do, how to do things faster. As far as picking like a different, you know, type of business, I enjoy doing it, so it makes it kind of worth it when you're making your income from something you enjoy doing. But I mean, if I was to be able to go back and knew something was gonna make a whole lot more money, but so.
Alright. Is there any other comments or maybe questions you have for me? No? Alright, I believe I have what I need for my interview. Thank you, Stephanie.
You're welcome, thank you.
And you have a good day.